Hi, I'm Yildi from Neurocentric Health and Fitness, and today we're going to learn a breathing technique that will help you to relax. We all need to relax nowadays, so let's get to it. I have a little helper in here today, Jake, and I just want to show you something on him so we can have a little better visual how we supposed to be doing this. I call this breathing technique the three-part breathing technique. You could call it the stair breathing, there are different names for this. So the first part, you can see his pelvis is in here, his rib cage is in here. And the first part of the breath, where we're gonna be taking the breath, is directly into his belly, into the area between the last rib and the top of the pelvis, and also to the area where his low back is, where his floating ribs are, mostly down to the sacrum. The second part of the area is directly the bottom of the rib cage. This is where your diaphragm sits. This is where your floating ribs are in the side. And this is the junction between your lumbar and thoracic spine area. This is where a lot of muscles are touching, so it's quite important to be able to activate that area. And the third part is we won't have a lot of issue with that because we are all chest breathers. So the breath is going to come up into the chest, kind of under the armpits, and also on the back between his shoulder blades. So when we're going to be expanding, we're going to pull the shoulder blades away from each other. So how we put all these things together? You could sit, you could stand. If you stand in, just have your feet hip width apart and really easy with the soft knees. Find the lower part, lower belt. Place your hands, open your fingers, place your hands lightly onto your belly. Since we opened the sinuses with the previous video, if you have missed that, you just have to go back and check it out. We're going to take a breath through the nose and inflate the lower belly. Exhale, you're going to pull the belly button in all the way to your spine, and your belly is going to be hollow. We're going to do that 2 more times. Now remember, when I said the first section is not only to the front, but we also expanding around the hip area with the inhale, and exhale, you're going to squeeze everything in. The third breath, really try to expand from front to back. Anybody with low back pain, this is very important to being able to bring the breath in here. Exhale, pull the belly button in, squeeze it in. The next 3 breaths is coming to the second part of the staircase, if you will. Lower ribs, area between, right where your waistline is. So you could put one hand on the belly, one hand on the back. Inhale and expand. Exhale, you could actually help with the hands. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, expand. All out, don't be afraid. Let's do that one more time and try to widen your waistline. I know nobody is one to have a wider waistline. Don't worry about it, what it looks like. Squeeze it in. If you have ever worn a corset and you want to make it really tight, this is what would it feel like. Good. The third part of the breath is going to come around the upper chest. So some of us don't have the ability to touch the back of the shoulders and the shoulder blades. Just think about when you expand, you really expand to the thoracic spine, so your rib cage, your shoulder blades are moving away from each other. You could place the hands under the armpits, on the chest, breathe in. Exhale, squeeze it in from all 4 directions. Again, an upper corset. Feel the shoulder blades moving away from each other. Any rotator cuff issues, any middle back, upper back pain, this is really important to be able to expand. Exhale, all out. And here comes the trick. Now we're going to connect all these 3 layers, bottom, middle, top, with one breath. So the breath is going to have 3 segments. First part of the inhale is coming to the lower, all the way. Still inhaling, expanding through the second area. Still inhaling, expanding through the third, all the way to the top. Now exhale it all in 3 steps. Can we take the breath out first from the belly and the lower area, then from the second waistline, and let's collapse the chest. 2 more times. Inhale, 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 exhale, exhale, exhale. And 1 more time for fun, and try to make it smooth, not the way I count. And then relax. Practice this a couple of times a day, definitely when you need to get a little more focused, definitely when you feel that you are not taking deep breath, definitely after when you have an argument, or before going to bed is a fantastic way to help you get a better sleep. Any more questions? Give me a shout out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we just learned earlier how to open up the sinuses so your nose breathing could be better. Instagram and Facebook has a lot of information too. Thank you.